Hello. So today we're making tomato and rosemary focaccia bread. So we're gonna be using 500 grams of plain flour, strong white bread flour, rapeseed oil. So we're gonna be using about 150 grams of rapeseed oil, or you can use olive oil. That's alright. 1 tablespoon of ground nutmeg, a little bit of sea salt. And we need, of course, yeast, 1 sachet. So when it start fast, start dry, use one of that. And of course, we need warm water, 300 grams. So sit back, relax, and enjoy to watch this lovely live stream. If this is your first time watching this lovely channel, remember to subscribe, share, and like. Cheers. So I'm going to roll out the dough straight away. So I'm going to roll out the dough. That's a lovely dough. So I got my rosemary. Gonna roll that like that nice and quickly. So that's it though. Put that in like that. Like that. So that's the lovely rolled tomato focaccia dough. So that's what we're talking about. So now I'm going to make the holes. Before that, I'm going to pop some tomatoes on it. I'm going to place my oven straight away. Make it nice and hot. We'll put it out about 190 degrees. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make my holes straight away. You can use your 4 fingers if you want like that to make the holes. I'm going to be using this one. Make one hole there. Make on the next one. Okay. A little bit of this. Like that. Make it look nice. Like the tomato focaccia with rosemary. So we're going to leave that to double in size again to prove. So like that, like that, like that, like that. So that's some fresh rosemary. So some rosemary. So I'm going to pick the rosemary like that. With fresh rosemary. Remember to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thank you. So I'm going to pop that like that straight away. Look at that, amazing. Lovely. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop that nice and quickly on top. So now I'm gonna pop the rosemary on top in the hole. Rosemary in the hole. Rosemary is growing bigger and bigger, you can see. Bigger and bigger. Rosemary. We'll bake that straight away into the oven. Like that. Look at that, lovely. Pour that one in. Gonna pop out like that. Like that. That's the lovely Rosemary Focaccia bread. Looks amazing. Growing bigger and bigger. Remember to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thank you. We share and like as well. Like that. Like that. So the oven is nice and warm. Nice and hot. We preheated the oven already. Look at that. Lovely. So I'm going to sprinkle the rest on top like that. Make it look nice, you know? Make it look lovely. to slice the tomatoes, fresh tomatoes. I'm using the cherry tomatoes. So I'm going to pop one on that side, like that. Make it look nice. On that side, like that. Like that. So I'm going to use a little bit of sea salt. Take a crispy sea salt. Some olive oil, rapeseed oil, that's alright. Just place it on top like that. Olive oil. Lovely, look at that, amazing. Remember to subscribe, share, and like. Thank you. So I'm going to pop that straight into the oven. Looks amazing. Look at that. Lovely. Straight into the oven. Lovely focaccia, tomato, and rosemary. Lovely. So I'm going to quickly explain how I made that, the recipe. If you're joining this live stream, remember to share, like, and subscribe. Thank you. So I'm going to explain how I made this lovely dough. So focaccia bread is going to be ready in a couple of minutes. Looks amazing. Lovely dough. It's Italian bread. Italian focaccia bread. Hello. So that's what we're using. Grab some nutmeg. That's the recipe. Got some yeast and rosemary, and looks amazing. It's a lovely focaccia bread, Italian bread. Nice and easy recipe. Looks amazing. Lovely. So my friends, we said we're making the rosemary and tomato focaccia bread. And if you're just joining this lovely live stream, remember to give a like, share, and subscribe. And of course, turn on the notification bell so you never miss any upload and any live stream. So the recipe for making this lovely tomato focaccia bread, nice and easy to make. This is an Italian bread. If you want to make that, you need a rolling pin to roll out the dough, and of course you need the strong white bread flour. So that's the flour we use to make our focaccia bread. When you're making a bread, you need a strong white bread flour, perfect for bread making. It says get baking buns, bloomers, and pizza bases. So you want to make your pizza, you want to make your bread, focaccia, this is the best. But when you're making cakes, use a plain flour. So when you use a plain flour to make your bread, you don't get an elastic ball of dough. So you want an elastic dough, and that's how we use a bread flour. Now, the recipe for that is 500 grams of flour. So if you have a pen around, you can just write out a pen on the paper. So that's the secret recipe to make this lovely focaccia bread. 500 grams of plain flour, strong white bread flour. And it's nice and easy to make, my friends. So that's what we're using. Nice and easy. This is cheap. It's just the fast action dry yeast. Just one of that, and you make your bread. No need to buy bread. 7 grams, just 7 grams of fast action dry yeast. Nice and easy. 7 grams for 500 grams of flour. 7 grams for 500 grams of strong white bread flour. Nice and easy to make. And when you're making this kind of bread, you don't need to add, butter or margarine. Just use olive oil, because it's Italian bread. Or you use the olive oil or the rapeseed oil. This is good for making your sourdough bread and your artisan bread and your focaccia. Italian olive oil, Greek olive oil, Spanish olive oil. Any olive oil, extra virgin or rapeseed oil is alright. So nice and easy, So you need 150 grams of that, and of course you want it a little bit spicy and make it look nice. You add ground nutmeg, make it to add flavor to it. Just 1 tablespoon is alright. Make it. I love to add that in my bread and my cakes. Keeps it, nutmeg nice. Gives a little bit of flavor. Then of course, when you're making bread, you need the sea salt. It's best. Sea salt is best for bread making. But the normal salt, that one, you can use that, but this is the best for bread making, the sea salt. Make it look, crispy on top. You know what I mean? Make it crispy. You need the quartz one. The quartz one is alright. So I love using sea salt to make my bread. And of course, you can add a little bit of milk. You just a little bit of milk. That's alright. Just a little bit of milk. Maybe 50 grams. That's alright, or 30 grams of milk. Just a little bit. That's alright. And so now we also need warm water. Of course, we need the warm water when we're making our bread. When you're making bread, you need warm water. You don't want you want your water nice and warm. You put on the saucepan and you dip your hand. If it's nice and warm, then it's alright for bread making. You don't want to use hot water to make a bread. You know what I mean? So you make a bread with a nice and warm water. Just dip your hand in, nice and easy. It's warm. When it's hot, hot, you cannot use for bread making. Hot water, no. Warm water, yes. Lukewarm water. Put your hand in, nice and easy. You can get your hand out, and it's alright. That's how we know it. Because if you use hot water to make a bread, it's gonna kill the yeast. Hot water not good for that one. It kills it. It's not gonna work. So I'm gonna leave that out there. That's what we need. The fast action dry. You can use the fresh one. That's alright. I use the fresh one as well. That's alright for the fresh one. So as we said, you need rosemary as well. Fresh rosemary. About 5 sprigs of rosemary. That's alright. Fresh one. And of course, you need fresh tomatoes to make a lovely tomato focaccia bread. So you can either, if you don't like rosemary, you can just make a tomato if you like tomato. And if you don't like tomato, you can make a rosemary. It could either be, rosemary bread, rosemary focaccia bread, or tomato focaccia bread, or it could be the tomato rosemary focaccia bread. So let's have a look at what's going on in the oven. So the bread is getting bigger and bigger. It's almost ready. So what we need to do is, when we're making this bread, normally we need a bowl. We're gonna grab a bowl and you pop in, warm water in. 300 grams of warm water is alright. Just pop that in. Get a spatula and a spoon and you keep stirring. You pop in the warm water, you pop in the yeast. And you keep stirring that. So once the yeast is nice and you know when it mixes together with the warm water, and you pop in your strong white bread flour in there bit by bit and keep stirring, and you pop in a little bit of milk, you know, about 50 grams, mix it together. Rapeseed oil, olive oil, 100 grams in there, keep mixing. Sea salt, a pinch, keep mixing. Nutmeg, 1 tablespoon, keep mixing. If you like, you can put a pinch of sugar, that's alright. Brown sugar, white sugar, if you love sugar, it's alright. But it's not necessary, it's optional. You can just want a little bit sweeter for you, just put a little bit of sugar, about 1 tablespoon, that's alright. And you keep mixing until you have a soft ball of dough, non-sticky and elastic. Soft, non-sticky, elastic ball of dough. So when you have a soft ball of dough that's elastic, when you stretch it, it stretches easily, and when you flap it like that, you know, it's easy. It stretches, it elongates, and it's a lovely bread. But if you use the plain flour, it's not gonna be elastic. So that's how we use a strong white bread flour to make a bread. So that's why it's called the bread flour. So there's a reason why it's called the bread flour. So it makes it elastic. And if you don't have an elastic ball of dough, your bread is not going to come out the way you want it. So, and that's why we use the bread flour to make our lovely bread. So it's nice and easy to make, my friends. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to carry on explaining what I'm talking about. You mix it in the bowl, and when you mix it, you can pop in a little bit more olive oil or rapeseed oil if you want to, not the veg oil or sunflower oil, not good for bread making. For bread making, you use olive oil, rapeseed oil, or if you're making a brioche, you can use the normal unsalted butter. So now, my friends, we carry on mixing that in a bowl. Please, if you have not subscribed to this lovely channel, please do so. Give it a like, subscribe, share, a thumbs up. It's a lovely channel. So now, keep mixing, make it nice and soft, nice and elastic. When you have that, there's another secret in bread making. It's not every chef that's going to tell you that. It's a secret in bread making. What makes your bread nice and fluffy and nice and big? There's another technique you need to use. So I'm going to tell you about that now. So what you're going to do, you're going to sprinkle a bit of bread flour on the wok top. So I'm going to show you. This is how we do it. So what we're gonna do is you sprinkle a bit of flour on top of the wok surface, and in bread making it's different step, and you need to prove your dough and you need to knead it. Kneading process is another step, and the prove it is another step. So these steps are important. It's not good to skip these steps in bread making. So well, when you're making an artisan bread or sourdough bread, it's a different technique. So I have lots of videos on that. So you can check that out on my. Go to my. I have a playlist for bread making. Check my playlist for bread making. You're gonna find different kind of bread: the fish bread, the sardine bread, the artisan bread, sourdough. There are different techniques in making different kind of bread. For the sourdough, you need a Dutch oven. No, I mean, or your artisan bread, you need a Dutch oven for that one. Technique, you can watch it on my video how I stretch and fold. So it's a different technique, but this one is quite different as well. And you will not make it artisan bread now. There's a video for that. You can check out my live stream bread making, or you can go to your live stream. I make lots of bread. I'm a specialist in bread making. So check them out, share them, give it a like. You're never going to buy bread anymore. So now, my friends, what I'm going to do, I'm going to carry on showing you what I'm talking about. Please remember to subscribe to this lovely channel. Thank you. So I'm going to quick show you how I normally do it, my friends. So after mixing it in the lovely bowl, you're going to have a soft and elastic ball of dough. What you're going to do is you take that out. Make sure that bowl is full of olive oil. you don't want to make it sticky. Olive oil is good in bread making. Take that out from the bowl. Oil your hand, make sure your hand is oily as well. The worktop is oily as well. You don't need any flour for that because it's a non-sticky ball of dough. So you pop down the work surface, and you need, you stretch and fold. You stretch it and you fold it. You stretch it and you fold it. And you keep making a ball of dough, and you keep kneading down on the table on the work surface. You can do that for up to 10 minutes if you like. What you do when you do that, you're knocking out. You're like, when you beat the bread. Some people they could be using that to beat that. You use the rolling pin or something, or a stick to beat it. The reason why you're doing that, why I do my own on the worktop. Carry on doing that for about 10 minutes. When you do that, you want it more elastic and fluffy. And when you pop that in the oven, it gives you a nice hollow. When you tap a bread, it sounds hollow and makes it bigger and bigger. It grows bigger again. And when you proof it, it grows bigger. So when you finish that, you need that for about 10 minutes. And when you're done with that, you pop that back into the pan and you leave that to rest. You leave that to proof about, up to an hour. And once that is up to an hour or 45 minutes, if you like, you can leave it. If you don't want when you leave it dough to keep growing, it could get to this top and start pouring out. If you don't want that to happen, get that into the fridge. You can leave it 24 hours if you want to. So you put it out in the fridge, the coldness from the fridge will stop it from growing. That's what I normally do. So when it's ready, you bring it out. Once you see your dough has doubled inside, in bread making, once it's doubled inside, it's alright. So you don't perceive the yeast, the smell of the yeast anymore, it's alright. So what you do for this focaccia bread, you don't need to knead anymore. You just take your lovely rolling pin, sprinkle a little bit of flour, you roll that out into a rectangle. Because in focaccia bread, you want to put in a rectangular tray. And you line your baking tray with paper and you pop that on it, and you get a flat, a rectangular, dough. You already mix that. There's tomato inside and rosemary. You just use your fingers to make holes, and you pop your rosemary on top and your tomatoes on top. But remember, when you're mixing the dough, don't forget your rosemary and tomato inside that lovely dough, the mixture. Because it's tomato and rosemary focaccia bread. So you need to put that in there. So you mix that together. But at the end again, after rolling out and you have a rectangular, bread dough on the tray, make sure you make holes with your fingers on this lovely bread dough, flattened bread dough in the rectangular shape on the tray. Make holes with your fingers, and after that, put the rosemary into these holes and put the tomatoes. You have your plum tomatoes, your cherry toms. Place them, you cut them in half, and place them on top of the dough, like that. I show you when it's out from the oven. What you saw, those who were here earlier, you would have seen how I did that. So remember to subscribe, my friends. Thank you. So you pop that on top and drizzle some olive oil, sprinkle a little bit of sea salt, and get that into the oven. But make sure when you're making the bread or a cake, you want your oven. Of course, we're not grilling chicken or beef or whatever. Your oven needs to be nice and hot. You praise your oven. Because if you don't do that, if you get a bread or a cake into a oven that is cold, nothing's going to happen. The bread is not going to be doubled. It's not going to grow in the oven. And your cake is not going to grow in the oven. What's going to happen? The bread will remain flat, or the cake will remain flat. So this is another mistake, bakers make as well. When you're not a real baker, you make that mistake. But when you are a professional in bread making or cake making, you make sure your oven is nice and hot before you get anything in there. So when you get them in, when it's nice and hot, it grows quickly. No mistake, cake, alright. Leave that on the stove. If you are used to bread making, you don't need to open your oven all the time, or cake making. You're used to doing something all the time. Cake making, you get your cake 10 inches by, 45 minutes is ready. You don't need to open the oven all the time. You look through the glass and you see what's going on. You only need to check 1 or 2 times maximum, but it's safer to check when you see your bread is already crispy on top, and when your cake is already crispy on top. That's when it's safe to check. Because when you see it's golden on top, it's nice and golden. If you open the oven, or if you open, when you open the oven anyway, when it's golden on top, be it cake or bread, it's safe for you. Just insert a scale or a stick, it comes out clean, it's ready. If it doesn't come out clean, get it back into the oven, and it's about maybe 10 minutes left or 5 minutes left. But if one is in a rush, you get your cake or your bread into the oven, and every 5 minutes you keep checking, every time you keep checking, you're not gonna get a very nice bread or cake, because you're gonna ruin everything. So that's why a baker needs to be patient. Get everything straight into the oven, get your timer on, so you don't forget, you don't want to get it burned. Well, because I'm used to this stuff, so I know when it's time. And again, if you want to know when it's time, something is ready, you perceive the aroma. Same thing, if you're grilling anything, maybe you're grilling, making a roast beef, when you start to perceive the aroma, you know the food is ready. This is how you know if food is ready. Especially if you go to a bakery house, you start to perceive the smell from from the bakery. You know the bread is ready. But if you don't perceive anything, there's nothing ready in the oven. But when the aroma comes out, yum 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 yum, you know it's ready. So that's how we know. Same if I'm grilling fish or whatever. This is the technique in grilling or baking. You perceive the food, it's ready. You don't perceive it, it's not ready. So my friends, so this is what we're talking about. Now I can perceive my, focaccia bread. I know it's almost ready already. So I'll have a look and see what's going on. I'll take a look and see inside this scale or stick. If it comes out clean, it's ready. If it doesn't come out clean, it's not ready. I'm going to get it back in again. So I'm going to show you this wonderful Italian focaccia bread. It's a rosemary bread. It's a Italian rosemary and focaccia bread. I love it a lot. So if you just join this live stream, my friends, remember to subscribe to this lovely channel, and of course, hit the like button, turn on the notification bell, share my playlist and my live stream. And this is not the only channel we have. If you go through the our page, you find out we have the football channel for the football lovers. If you love football, you go into the football channel, have a look and see if you like it. If you like it, you can subscribe to it. Or if you have someone who is, who love football, you can share that. So I play football as well. So my friends, I also have another channel again after the football. We have the other one is cooking. That's the other one. We This one is the is also part of it, but the main one, the first channel was that one. So you want to learn cuisine from all over the world. So that's the main channel. So go to that one, have a look. If you like it, please subscribe to it and share to others who will love the channel, because everything is well explained. We have normal videos, we have live streams, and of course we have short for those who love short as well. So it's a lovely channel, my friends. So my friends, now I'm going to have a look again in the oven to see if this lovely bread is ready. I'm going to show you, because I love focaccia, but I love to make my bread from scratch, because when you make your own bread, it's nice and fluffy, nice and soft, and you're like eating lovely bread. There's no preservative. It stays nice and fresh. Put it in the fridge, get it the next day. You just enjoy with a cappuccino, a cup of tea, or or if you love juice or something, whatever, something lovely. Have a drink with it. and you love your bread. So I love to make bread, and it's nice, you know. So you enjoy your lovely bread. So homemade bread is good, you know. I always have lots of this in the house. So homemade bread, you enjoy it. Bread rolls are nice and quick. You want to make a bread roll nice and quick, straight to the oven is ready for 10 minutes. So, but the loaf bread takes a little bit longer. So, nice and easy recipe. Bread easy. Flour, olive oil, yeast, sea salt, warm water. That's it. If you like to put milk, it's up to you, my friends. So I'm gonna have a look again. Bread is ready. So we're gonna check what's going on, and we prepare that. I'm gonna put down on the chopping board. I'm gonna slide. I'm gonna enjoy that. It's a lovely bread, my friends. I'll get my chopping board ready. So I'm gonna place my chopping board here because I can perceive the aroma. The bread is almost ready. It's gonna be a lovely bread. You know, I love bread. I love to eat bread. Bread is good. So, so I'm gonna put that there. Get my serrated knife ready. So I'm gonna slice the bread. I'm gonna enjoy that. This is gonna be a lovely bread. So that's the lovely bread. I'm gonna have a look in the oven again. We're gonna get that out from the oven. So So this is the focaccia bread we're talking about. I know focaccia bread like a pizza. So you don't expect the focaccia bread to be like a loaf bread. It's a flat bread. The focaccia bread is a flat bread. It's not meant to be too, too big. So that's the bread. You can see, I'm going to show you. You can see it's nice and golden. I already know it's ready. You can see I didn't open the oven until the bread was ready. So I'm going to show you it's ready. I'm going to insert a skewer now. I didn't put any timer, but I know what time it's going to be ready. So when you're used to baking, you know what time your bread is going to be ready. I left it on the stove. You can see it sounds hollow. You can hear that. The bread sounds hollow. It came out clean. It's not sticky. It sounds hollow. If you tap that, you can hear that. So when you tap a bread, if you don't hear that, that's not bread. Now you can know it sounds hollow. It's hollow inside. So you can see the tomatoes. That's the tomatoes is lovely. Look at that. It looks, and the olive oil. There's olive oil on top. Look at that. Look at the it's not burnt. It looks still looks fresh. That's the rosemary. It looks nice and crispy on top. Look at the sea salt. Lovely. So my friends, remember to subscribe to this lovely channel, and of course share, like, and subscribe, my darling. This is amazing, my friends. So it's a lovely channel. So I'm gonna pop that like that. You don't want to flip that over, because if you flip that over, you're gonna ruin the top. You want it nice and beautiful on top. So that's why I normally use the baking paper. I'll show you. I'm gonna take that off nice and easy. So I show you, my friends. I'm gonna do it nice and easy. I take the baking paper off. Look at that. Like that, and that's it. Nice and easy. Instead of flipping over, you flip over, you're going to ruin the top. I want it nice and beautiful, and I leave it like that on top. Look at that. Amazing. So my friends, it's nice and easy to make. This is a lovely bread. So now I'll show you how to slice the focaccia bread. This is the way we do it. I'm going to show you again how the bread is the flat bread. Look at that. It's not meant to be too high. So we want it nice and flat because it's a flat bread. You can see it's flat. If it's too high, not good when it's too high. So it sounds low. And that's the rosemary, the tomatoes and all that, as we said earlier on. So I'm going to slice it that way. I'll show you how to slice it now, my friends. Nice and easy. So if we are slicing the bread, we do it this way. This is a rectangular bread. So we do it that way, not like that. It's better when you do it like that. Like that, like that, like that. If you like, you want to do it like that, anyway, it's alright. But I want it to look more beautiful. I'm going to do it like that. So I'm going to start like that. I'm going to slide like that. I'm using a serrated knife. So I'm going to show you the inside. You can enjoy that with a cup of tea, a cup of cappuccino. If you love latte, anyone you like, that's alright. Or if you love just a warm milk, that's alright. So you can see it's nice and hot. So I'm going to show you now, like that. So I'm going to slice it that way, like that. Nice and hot, my friends. So I'm going to pick one from the middle. You can see the inside, look nice and soft. You can see when you push it down, it comes up again. You can see it's juicy. This is what we're talking about. You eat the bread, it's juicy. Look at the tomatoes and the rose and the rapeseed oil, juicy, and it's crispy on top because of the because it's golden. Of course, we have sea salt on top. And you can see the inside. You can see some rosemary and some tomatoes inside as well. This is what we're talking about. This is the lovely bread. Yum yum. Look at the color. Yum yum. Look at that. Look at the rosemary. Yum yum. Lovely. Looks nice. Look at the color. Because when you get the rosemary on top, the rosemary melts and it gives you a green color. Look at that. The rosemary gives you a green color because it melts in the oven and it gets into the bread, make it juicy as well. So the rosemary makes it juicy and the tomatoes also makes it juicy. Now, my friends, this is what we're talking about. That's why it's called the rosemary tomato focaccia bread. This is a lovely Italian bread and I love it. It's nice for breakfast, perfect for lunch, perfect for dinner. Anytime you can have this. Even on the way you can have it. Bake it, pop it in your bag, and you can eat it on the road if you want to. With a lovely juice or whatever, nice and hot. Fresh bread from the oven. I bake that almost every day. Lovely bread. So as I said before, remember to subscribe to the channel if you've not done so, and of course give it a like, the thumbs up, share it, and of course check the other channels. Go to the visit the page after watching this video, rewatch it, share it, and like it. And of course visit the page, have a look on the channel, and you can check all that stuff there, the playlist, the live streams, the normal videos, the shorts videos. Check them, have a look. If you like them, carry on with it. I'll see you next time for another lovely, an interesting video, and of course entertaining video. See you next time, my friends. Cheers. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye bye. See you next time.